Welcome everyone to beautiful Nice. This is the Côte d'Azur, the French Riviera in south of France, and we're going to enjoy the old town of Nice. Now there's many ways you can enter the old town of Nice, of course, and it's more towards up the hill. But what we're gonna do is go through this pathway over here, which I think is the coolest way to enter into the old town of Nice. Nice dates all the way back to the ancient Greeks. Of course, people have been living here for tens of thousands of years, but the ancient Greeks were one of the very first major civilizations to settle in Greece and Nice, and that's where they gave the namesake of Nice, named after Nika, or Nike, the goddess of victory. That's what Nice gets its namesake from. Right down here, we see some trams, right down there, and we see beautiful parks all around here, nice little playgrounds. But let's go and venture into the old town. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. And let's venture into the old town. This is a great way to venture into the old town, a little passageway. I am with an Ice Americano, which I actually found in a coffee place here. There's actually really modern coffee places here that you don't see in other French cities. And look at this. Oh yes, now you can tell that we are in the old town. A lot of these buildings are a few hundred years old, but they follow the city grid that potentially part of it is back to ancient Roman times, but a lot of it more reasonably you could say is from medieval time, Middle Ages. So this is a Middle Age area of Nice. Susie says, how nice to be in Nice. Oh yes. Ludo, watching from Merelbeke. Nice to see you here, Ludo. Ludo, do let me know, where's that town from? Maureen, nice to see you here. Welcome. Rafael, welcome. Hello, Katrina, nice to see you here. We are in Nice, the old town. Look at these tiny little winding roads. Tall buildings, reminds me a whole lot of Napoli. And one interesting thing is you'll see street names in two different languages. One of them is French, Rue Colonna di Istria. And the second one is in the local dialect of Nice. So we can see the local dialect of Nice actually looks a little bit Italian as well. Carreria do Forn Oscur. Susie says, I'll have to tell you about my niece. I'll have to tell my niece about Nice. Yes, you do have to tell all your nieces about Nice. Tell them it's a very nice place. Oh wow, we're definitely in one of the alleyways. Ludo is in Belgium. Hey Ludo, thank you so much for letting me know. Belgium, nice to see you here. Miami says, I'm so glad to be seeing you live. Oh, thank you so much, Miami. So I'm super excited to show the old town of Nice. It's awesome to see an old town. Of course, in the Middle Ages, it was very strategic to build upon a hill, which is the case right here in the old town. We might go a little bit higher in elevation soon, and maybe we'll get a great viewpoint of the city. Let's find our way to it. But a lot of the rest of Nice was actually destroyed or demolished. Destroyed is not the best word. Demolished by Napoleon III during his reign. He wanted to revitalize the city. So they end up taking down most of the city and remaking it. Skoshi, nice to see you here from Burbank. Nice to see you here, Skoshi. Welcome. So here we're one of the largest squares of Nice. Of Old Town Nice, I mean. And here we have the Cathedral. Kay says, I love the Old Town area. Yeah. And we can see the Cathedral is not in Gothic style, which we're used to seeing in a lot of these European cities. But nope, no Gothic architecture here. Gikara says, my name is Guilma, French urbaneur. Oh, I'm so glad you're a French urbanist. Let me know if you have any questions or need help with translation. Thank you so much for volunteering. I think we will as we're walking around. Thank you. Here we have the fountain. All these squares here in the Old Town have fountains. What is all this line for? What's happening? John says, I hope you're enjoying your vacation. This might be a vacation for the viewers. You know, I'm technically working, John, but I'm so glad you're enjoying the vicarious vacation. Hello, Nobu. Nice to see you here. Bonjour. Let's wiggle away a little bit more through the Old Town before we go further uphill. I would show you the cathedral at the moment, but I'm afraid I can't, because I attempted to go into the cathedral before this live video started and they turned me away. I've never been turned away from a cathedral or a Roman Catholic church. Of course, it happens if you're wearing tank tops in the Vatican, but that's rare. If you're a woman, if you're wearing a very short skirt, they might turn you away as well. I got turned away, ladies and gentlemen. It crushed my heart. Maybe I'll be able to return. Do you know why I was turned away? Let me know if you can guess. Noble says they don't like pictures. You know, I actually never had that happen to me at all, where they refuse to have photos taken. That has happened in non-Roman Catholic churches. Churches that are like Episcopal. They turned you away maybe because you were in shorts, says Kay. You know, that is a reasonable assessment, but no. John says, why did you get turned away? Obviously, this is not New York. I couldn't walk in with my coffee, which is a bit of a bummer. So I gotta wait for this. Swisser says, you got turned away because you're too handsome. Thank you, Swisser. I appreciate Christine the compliment. Neptuser says, you were wearing Irish traditional dress for men, perhaps. I'm not wearing traditional Irish dress. I'm actually dressed more like a Dutchman because of this shirt. The drink of sinners, says Susie. Yeah, I was bummed. I tried to go in, and the guy immediately came directly towards me. He's like, no. Nicely though. He was very nice, but he was like, no. I got the finger wag. I'm so bummed I couldn't enjoy my coffee sitting down in the church. It's like the best thing ever. So I just actually went on a food tour that was amazing. It's called A Taste of Nice is the company. I didn't make any footage. I just went for my own pleasure. But they took me, our last stop was at this gelateria, and it was quite amazing. Azzurro, really good. Susie says it was like Studio 54 back in the day where you get turned away. Touche, yeah, Susie, yeah, you're right. I remember those days back in Studio 54, hanging out with the Jaggers. Ooh, a coffee store. Cafe Indien. Ooh, I like this. Little mocha pots. That's the little French press I actually have right now with me. Ooh, to grind the coffee beans. Might need one of those. That's where I bought my coffee at a place called Hobo. So I stay at the Hobo Hotel in Stockholm, and now I went to Hobo Coffee here in Nice. In the US, calling a place hobo would not fly. People would protest because they would say it's terribly offensive. It's actually pretty good coffee. I actually really recommend it. They made a really good ice Americano. So Christine says, I love the south of France. Bob says, complaint to the Facebook boss did not work. Don't suppose a complaint to the Pope will either. Bob is referring to my Facebook account being locked out. So yeah. So on this food tour, I went on a taste of Nice. Do check them out. They recommended to go to this pasta shop. We didn't stop here, but they recommended me to go here. So I might make some food later tonight at home. I think I've had enough restaurants for my trip. Nobu says, so sad I'm in Provence. Nobu, you're not too far away. I'll reach out via Instagram direct message. Okay, there's probably a whole lot of history here, but I couldn't find that much in English. So in general, the history of this is that in the Middle Ages, this was a fortification, and the town was within the fortified walls on the hill. The ancient Greeks before then set up on another further uphill in another place nearby called Simes, I think it's pronounced. It's pretty near. Then the Romans took that over and officially built their huge theater, which is among the smallest of the theaters that you can find in the ancient Roman world. But then by the Middle Ages, they continue using this as the old town because, as I mentioned, in the Middle Ages, Sime, thank you so much, Sime is pronounced Neobu, thank you. Then in the Middle Ages, of course, Middle Ages, it was very important to have a fortification on a hill, constant warring and whatnot. So this was the main headquarters, or the main area for where people lived in Nice during that time. Nice changed hands many times, but was part of the Italian territories, and went up to the kingdom of Sardinia, then switched over to other kingdoms, back and forth, all the way until it became part of France. And by the time of the Belle Epoque, you start getting these large, lavish buildings like we see right in front of us. And that was by the late 1800s, you start seeing these. T Chronic says it's not sure if it's very French to drink or eat in the shop or church. You know, usually churches, no one cares too much to bring a little coffee into a church. They usually have no issue. But yeah, I know it's not like what most people would do. But I wouldn't say you're really intruding on anyone by bringing a coffee into a church. Like, what if I need to pray for like 5 hours? I need to be caffeinated for that prayer. I can't just count on the divine energy from the heavens above. I need some actual grounded, earth-based energy for 5 hours of prayer and meditation. Hey, Christine left a $20 super chat for groceries. Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate that. Christine is sponsoring potentially the pasta meal I might make at night at home. Thank you so much, Christine. So feel free to ask me anything. We're just wandering around, enjoying the sights. Not too much history today. Just enjoying the vibes. Not too much food because I'm really full, but I'll show you more southern France cuisine soon. And let's enjoy the views. Neptuner says that Jesus made wine, but he never made coffee. Touche, Neptuner. Yeah, maybe they prefer one to sneak a bottle of wine into church. Hey, Panajotis, nice to see you here. Justine says coffee is actually my religion. Right. It's a great religion to be a part of. All right, let's do a bench test in the crazy hot summer weather. Whew. No, these benches are in in the shade. Oh, this is a hot bench. Whew. I'm very sweaty because I've been walking for 4 hours and eating and drinking wine because I went on a food tour. So I'm a bit sweaty. Ooh, it's comfy, I gotta admit. Wow, this is actually a really good chair. It has a nice slope to it. Has a little nook for my bum. It's very nice. We got a pigeon friend with us right now. Seems to be a cousin of Ziomata. This pigeon, I think, wants a little bit of my coffee. I'm burning up in the sun, so this bench would not be good, would not be appropriate for any vampires. But if you're not a vampire, because I'm not, it's a good place to get a tan and get sunburned at the same time. And it has nice views. I like the architecture. Hey, Teacup says, I watched your video on Our Lady of Guadalupe. I must say, it's very nice. Nebu says, if you have the chance, I recommend going to Simies, the old arena, the Franciscan monastery, and the lovely gardens. Ooh, thank you. So I would give this bench beautiful views, burning hot sun, no shade, gets points off of that. But it is very comfortable. And it is very nice. I would give this a very nice 7.9 out of 10. Ludo says it's great for a friend circle. Yes, it's great to hold an intervention for that friend who really wanted to bring coffee into church and ruined it for the rest of the group because they were refused to enter the church with coffee. It's a great place to hold that intervention. I don't know what kind of friend would do that, so they deserve an intervention in that case. Nobu says the justice court is behind me. Well, it's a good place. At least justice is being served as I'm sitting down sipping my coffee. Right here. John says, can you zoom on the sculpture? Sure thing. I just finished the coffee. All right. That was really good. Highly recommend Hobo. Haven't recommended coffee in a while. I think the last great coffee I really had that was exceptional, that I really remember, it was in Paris. Actually, in England, both England and Scotland have amazing coffee shops. So England, Scotland, and Paris are probably the last really memorable coffees I've had. Sunshine says, hot buns on that bench. Oh yeah. How are you feeling about your trip winding down, says DS, and returning home, DS? DS, how dare you ask such an insensitive question? How dare you bring the trauma of me going back home? I refuse to believe that I'm going back home. I refuse to believe that I have a life in New York. I'm European. And I will keep saying that until it becomes true. No, DS, I'm joking around. You know, I do want to be more in Europe. I want to be here more. And it's tough, you know. It's tough to, New York City rent is so high. It's tough to both live in New York and be in Europe. So it feels hard to do both. And it feels like I have to choose one or the other, and it kind of sucks. So I have to admit that. So DS, great question. Sunshine says, no, stay for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Neptunester says, how do you define home? No, yeah, home is with family. I have family in New York, family in Puerto Rico. That's home. We all know you missed The cloudy and chilly New York City, says Panajotis. Susie says Ariel will go into a deep, dark depression when he's back in New York City. Luckily, probably won't suffer from that. My heart goes out to people who go through hard times, but yeah. Susie says you can be bi-continental. It's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. Do you miss sleeping in your bed in New York? Says Teacup. Not really. No. No, not so much. I have had the pleasure of having good beds while traveling around here in Europe. The last time I really wanted to get out of a place was Chicago because I had a terrible experience when it came to staying in that Airbnb. There was a very unruly neighbor. And then in Seattle, I was staying right by an alleyway where there was various garbage trucks passing throughout the night. So that trip, I really felt homesick. I really just wanted to get out of there. So that's why I actually left early. I was supposed to stay in Chicago about a week more. I left early. Hey Mika, nice to see you here. Hello Justine. I love New York. It's on my bucket list to be here. Oh, so glad, Justine. I hope you come. Chris says it's an epic trip you've been on. Oh, yes. Wow. So many people have asked me, how can you afford my trip? So basically, I make money while traveling. YouTube ads, Facebook. Fortunately, that's down at the moment, but these past 2 months, of course, I was making money through Facebook as well. Patrons as well. And then I make videos, especially when I'm in New York, for other companies, very similar to mine, just on their channels or related to their stuff, like with Bulova. But another aspect was, right before my trip, I saw the stock market going down, and one of those companies was Tesla. So I decided to sell that and come over here. So whenever you see that opportunity to sell some stock, I think take that chance and enjoy a good trip, because you can allow your money to be with someone else, and it's okay to invest your money, but sometimes it's nice to spend your money for yourself or invest it in your own business, which in my case is traveling, storytelling, videos. Sunshine says, is this your favorite trip of them all? I love many trips for many different reasons, so it's hard to even pick a favorite. I would say my favorite trip for people was Ireland and Mexico. My favorite trip, we're gonna walk down this way, it's really cool, but let's first show a little bit of what appears to be the beach. My favorite trip when it comes to history was Rome. My favorite trip when it came to fun in the sun was Santorini. My favorite trip when it came to beautiful mountains was Chamonix. So different favorites for different reasons. My favorite trip for both annoying and winning the hearts of locals was England, by far. That was a fun country. All right, let's check out the beach before we explore more of the old town. We gotta go up there. That's my goal. The iconic blue chairs of Nice. Chris says, so will you do this Asia hopping? I would love to, yes. Wow. You know, beaches are beautiful, but God damn. I mean that in the utmost respectful way. Wow. Alfred says, when do you think you'll produce your first movie? Alfred, that comment that you left in 2 or 3 videos ago saying, I can't wait to see your first movie. That touched my heart. Thank you so much, Alfred, for leaving that comment. I'm not sure when. I would love to produce a film soon, or direct and write a film soon, so stay tuned. Crystal Waters, yeah. Go right, you'll find the statue. Says Nobu. Right? Okay. I don't want to walk too far, so Nobu, do let me know how close it is. Kay says, I don't know how people can sit on that beach all day. I'll get bored. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. It does look like this water. I have not seen too many waters in Europe that compel me to go in. This water does. Just look at that. Look at that crystal clear blue. That's majestic. Veronique says, are you going to go into the water? I don't quite have swimwear with me. I gotta buy some. And I don't have flip-flops, so I gotta buy some of those too. But cool thing is, since we're in the big city, all that is accessible. Skoshi says, the Azure water is spectacular. Yes, I agree. Susie says, when I was a teenager, I loved summer and the beach. Whatever happened? Susie, that's a good question. What happened? What did the beach do to you? Puta says, are you planning to go to Monaco? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll pay our respects to Grace Kelly. Who knows? Yeah, stay tuned. Wow. It's cool with the light being somewhat soft because of the cloud. So when it's a bit cloudy, the blue actually sticks out even further. Oh my. I'm just stunned by this beach. Stunned. So let's continue walking through the Old Town Square. See if we can get closer to the beach. Is it true the darker the water, the deeper it is, says Teacup? I think there's probably truth to that, yeah. Hey, Bob. Bob left a 20-pound super chat. Says, whenever it's time for a beer. Thank you so much, Bob. I'll use that 20-pound super chat for 20 pounds of beer. Oh my god, there's sand here. For some reason. Right here. One and only says the viewing platform is amazing. So Nobu recommends a statue. Nobu, let's see if it's too far. Otherwise, I'm gonna turn around. Girl in the Curl says that is a fact. The darker the water, the deeper it is. Justine says volleyball wouldn't be fun on rocks. Yeah, that's why there's sand. Volleyball is an awesome sport. Love volleyball. If anyone has ever seen Top Gun Maverick, the newest movie to come out, that's basically me when I play volleyball. Oh, that's why Nobu was mentioning the statue. That, let me know. Yeah, someone's playing popular music. Teacup says that guy parasailing is my hero. Yeah, that's a couple in that one. Gikara says, do you know that this is 7 kilometers long? And it's Palais d'Anglais. Yes, the walkway of the English, the promenade of the English. Yep, the English first started coming here back in the 1700s by the droves, and then it just got the name. Queen Victoria also came here to summer with one of her sons, Edward. So it was a very, very popular place for English. And then also Russian oligarchs. The wife of Alexander II actually came here. And apparently she died around here as well. And look at this, we have a mini Statue of Liberty. Wow. Terry says, am I live? I hope you are alive, Terry. Otherwise, I'll be very concerned if you're commenting from the dead, from the grave. So to celebrate the lines that unite Nice with the United States of America, made by Christian Estrossi, 2014. The statue is based on the original Bartholdi statue. Wow. So cool. I want to take it home. Hey, the government of Nice, can I take this one home? I kind of do need a souvenir. You know, the New York ones don't cut it. I don't want the New York ones are about like this big. Can I take this one home, please? Please, Nice. I would really appreciate it. You'll be my bestie forever. Nobu or any other South of France viewers, please relay that message over to the local Niçois government. I appreciate that. All right, let's cross through here. Let's go back to the old town. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Nobu, round of hearts for Nobu for letting us know about that little Statue of Liberty. Thank you so much. All right, how do I get up there? Let's see. Our goal for this live stream is to get up there, somewhere on that hill. Just cue the Kate Bush song. Okay, Google, play Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Alexa, play Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Siri, play Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Oh, I love all these little nods to the great United States of America. Look at this. A little plaque, Thomas Jefferson. Yeah. Símbolo de amistad franco-americana. I assume that means a symbol of friendship between France and America, the French-American friendship. He was an ambassador from the U.S. to France, 1785 to 1789. Wow, so cool. A little Jefferson right there. Teacup says Kate Bush won't go to America because she won't fly over water. Whoa. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Teacup, for the great great little fun fact. That was so cool. I love that. Chris says, did you find out why there were old military vehicles that went through the town yesterday? So yesterday I was at Avignon. It was yesterday, yeah. Yesterday morning I was in Avignon and I saw a parade of old style American and French military vehicles and people dressed in authentic World War II garbs, military clothing. The reason for that was because yesterday was Liberation Day. It was when the US, the British, the English, Scottish, Wales, I think maybe some Northern Irish were also involved in that war as well. Australians, definitely. Other countries, Canada. They all helped to liberate France, of course, with the French themselves. So yesterday they celebrate that, and I assume there were similar parades in other cities. Ooh, we got hats. Bonjour. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. This one I can try an XL, extra large.
No, we don't have XL.
Okay. No worries. This one. This one's nice. Ooh, 79. Wow. You have this one in large, L?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me try XL one more time. Sorry, let me compare. Thank you so much. Is there a promotion on this one? I'll take this one.
The price is 79.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it.
Hello, sir.
Hi. How's it going? Bonjour.
Oh, what?
Yes. Make videos
Good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Good.
of traveling all around, doing France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Have you seen the cascade on the castle?
No, not yet.
I will show you.
A cascade, so a waterfall.
Yes, a waterfall on the castle. I will show you.
That's good. Okay.
You
Perfect.
will make a beautiful picture.
Oh.
Beautiful picture.
Okay, good to know. Perfect.
On la voit?
Beautiful hats.
La cascade.
Oui, on la voit. Do you want
Wear it now, yeah, and by card. Thanks so much.
And can you just sign
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
And where's the cascade? Okay.
Waterfall.
Thank you so much. Bonjour.
That's the name for that. That's why you say cascade, but I don't.
Spanish is my first language, so I recognize.
You see?
Ah, there it is. How do I get up there?
You get to go to the promenade des
Promenade.
Anglais. You go on your left.
Okay.
And after that you go straight.
Stairs.
And there's some stairs or a lift
Okay.
to go there.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Can I also get through here?
No.
No. It's so better on the
You can
boardwalk.
go there and after you turn on your right. But
Perfect.
you get to go there.
Wonderful. Merci beaucoup.
welcome.
Bonne journée. Okay, so this is the most expensive hat I've bought ever. You could get cheaper hats, of course, but this one looked actually really good quality. It's made in Ecuador, hand woven, and has a little bit of lining inside, and looks like it's pretty good quality lining. It feels like it's good quality. Let me know what you think the reasonable prices are. In Puerto Rico, this I think would cost maybe $50, maybe about 45 around there. In Italy, I think a good quality one would probably cost you about 30, 35. Sometimes they are super expensive. If you buy them in the city, they can be up to 200. So yeah, it really does depend where you buy them. Ludo says, ask the lady for a drink. She could tour you around. Indeed. Kay says I could do with the one that's €10 at Primark. I got mine in Goodwill store, says Justine. You need a feather to put in it, says Teacup. Oh yeah, a feather would be nice. April says, yeah, €80 was a lot. A lot of people are saying nice hat. Katrina says a little bit of shopping. You need a hat for the sun. Oh my god, these are brilliant. There's loads of caps that are my favorites. Justine, yeah, that was a full-on real hat store. That was not a souvenir store with some hats. So we have to go around the old town in order to get up to the lift. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the cheaper hats have like an emblem that says Nice. You know, I like magnets or little houses or a postcard with the name of the city. I don't want any clothes or hats with the name of the city. Unless if you're buying like a baseball cap in America or something like that. So I prefer a hat without the name. I couldn't find too many that were cheap without the name. But if any hat experts are out there, let me know. Can you tell the difference between a cheap hat and an expensive hat? Because in Capri, I bought a very good hat for about $25, 25 euro. And that one I still have at home. But I did buy another hat in, I think it was Greece, in Santorini. It cost me maybe 15 euro. That one got destroyed within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. After heavy use, 3 weeks. This did not last. April says now all you need is a suit and you'll be set for Monte Carlo. I don't have my suit with me and it's a bit of a bummer. Monte Carlo has a dress code. I'm not sure if they removed it. Teacup says it's all in the lining. This is a Panama hat. Yeah, it's a Panama hat. It looks like a good lining. Yeah, made in Italy. Interesting. Oh, it's a Panama hat. Wait, made in Italy, hand woven in Ecuador. Which one is it? Is it made in Italy or is it hand woven in Ecuador? Make your mind. This is a genuine Panama hat. But it does seem like good lining. It seems like woven pretty well. Yeah, good woven. I don't see any loose threads on here. Know how it looks like. It's extra large. Alright, let's go to the top. Susie says, let's go shopping for a linen suit. I mean, that would be, if I want to get to Monte Carlo, I think that would be the way. Nice linen suit. Seersucker is a famous material from this region. Lewis says, I'll take off my hat for that hat. Veronica says, looking fly. John says, looks great, the hat. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. Yes, April Panama hat, straw from Ecuador. Ah, interesting. The straw is woven in Ecuador. It's made in Italy. It is a Panama hat sold in France. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, globalism. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Terry Day says you look mysterious. Don Giovanni says, my favorite area is the Colline de Chateau. Yeah, a lot of people have recommended me the chateau. You look good with your new hat. A real French monsieur, says Mika. Thank you so much, Mika. Hey, Wendy, nice to see you here. The hat is an urbanist, says Koshi. I see stairs. Take off my sunglasses. It's getting cloudy. Wow. Interesting to see a cloudy day in Nice. Dia says, is this a college town? Not really. I don't think there's a major university here. There might be some school, but I don't think this is associated with the college town. Now, maybe college kids come here. I don't think it's quite the party central that Ibiza would be, or the Canary Islands, or Mykonos in the Greek islands. I don't think it has that vibe. I don't think it even has the vibe of Positano in the Amalfi Coast. The vibe here in Nice is a bit calmer. I do see people of all ages, so it's not older per se. I don't see like that many families, but it seems a bit of a calmer vibe. Hikara says people actually go to Toulouse for study. No, thank you so much. Toulouse, nearby. He says it's more, Don Giovanni says it's more of a touristic city. Yeah, it's touristic, but not in the same way as Ibiza or Mykonos, or even Santorini for that matter. Santorini is a lot of people like on their honeymoons. A lot of people on a date or coming off a cruise ship. Ryan says he's not going to Ibiza. Sad face. Oh, Ryan, you want to see Ibiza live? Okay, I can give you the Ibiza live experience. I do have to. It's not going to be this style. All the live streams will probably be at 10 p.m. at night, 11 p.m. at night. Drinking, mingling with the locals. Long nights in Ibiza. Let me know if you want that experience on live video. Live night clubbing in Ibiza, as Americans like to say once they spend a week there. Oh, I didn't go to Ibiza, I went to Ibiza. So I can show you that. Live night clubbing. Mic is cutting out. Oh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what happened with the mic. Girl Nicole says mic is cutting out. It's interesting. I don't have a mic attached. Susie says, we hear your voice. It's just the background noise was odd. Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure what happened. Ascensor de Chateau. We have cell phone reception in there. No, I don't think so. All right. So the elevator is deep inside a tunnel. So instead of going up the elevator, I will have to climb the stairs, which we all know is one of the funnest things to do on your travels. You know, sitting at the beach, drinking wine in a beautiful brasserie, seeing the sunset while sitting down on a hilltop. No, those all come secondary. All secondary. Because one of the best experiences when it comes to traveling is this. Stairs. Let's go. I've already climbed a few mountains in the area of Chamonix in the French Alps, so This is no biggie. Class is quoting Kate Bush, running up that stairs. Yep. Oh wow, we're already getting amazing views from up here. Look at that. Susie says, I've seen you climb some crazy stairs. Yep. Craziest stairs I've climbed is in Florence. Up the Tower of Brunelleschi was his name, I think. 101-degree weather. And that video is all available on 360 VR video. So if you want to see me suffer, if you ever wanted to see a man in his peak physical prime suffer going up the stairs of one of the most beautiful landmarks in all the entire world in Florence, in 101-degree weather, no air conditioning inside those stairs. So 101-degree weather is outside, more humid inside, because a lot of that stone retained the humidity. You can go to patreon.com/urbanist.
Alors tu t'es construit par l'éducation de tes parents?
What do we have here? What have we found? Look what it is. We have found a bench. Wow. Now, this is a cool bench. Oh wow. Carved into the side of this pot-bellied hill, we have a stone bench with amazing, breathtaking views of Nice, here nestled within the stairs. So it's one of those few benches where you both have a view, elevated, and people watching. Katrina says, oh, no more stairs. No, we still have halfway to go. But look at these epic views. Chris says, I love Matisse. Yeah, Matisse has an amazing museum. I might visit myself there. And if possible, patrons might get a peek into the Matisse Museum. Dolores says, a little water? Nah. Water is for the weak. Look at these views. Wow. Ah, this is an amazing bench. Let's see if we have a little bit of recline opportunity. Yeah. It's soothing my back in sharp ways. The laying back here feels like that masseuse who was a bit too eager about their job. They like really dig in deep.
Yeah.
It's like one of those masseuses that give you karate chops while giving you a massage, and it's so, and they market it as being a very soothing, sensual, not sensual actually, that would not be the right word, soothing, calming, meditative massage. And then you go, it's like, ugh. That's how it feels laying back here. Yeah, it's soothing in one way of the word, but I'm still in pain. But if I were to sit like this, it feels a lot better. Girl in the curl says the one that's angry at the tight muscle. Yeah, exactly. I would give this a very good. This is a very good bench. The back, it loses points for the backside. No backside, but gorgeous views. We got some people watching. We are in a tiny little nook, so you feel semi-private. It feels like nice, cozy. It feels cozy, not private, but cozy. And impeccable views. I mean, and then some shade because the mountain is right above us. So I would give this a very good. This is a good bench. 9.3 out of 10. Ah, 9.3, it's an official Uber bench. One of the very few. We have not encountered so many good benches. We've encountered a perfect 10 up the side of Mont Blanc. And here, 9.3. I don't think I've gotten another 9 point above in this entire trip. Susie says, what's the hatch behind you? Let's see. I think it's just an electrical box right there. Or maybe it's a passageway to a secret bar. Teacup says, what's the medal you're wearing on your... I'm wearing Our Lady of Guadalupe. Right now. Our Lady of Guadalupe. I found this at Portobello Road Market in London. 3 lovely Peruvian women were selling beautiful religious themed necklaces. It was nice. Joey says, I'm making soca right now in Montreal. Really? That's cool.
Dude. So my orientation, it's like a 2-week program from like
Not good, bitch.
like September. We have like welcome days from like 14th to 15th, and then the following week, September 9th. International student like orientation. So we never really got.
So this was built after, this fortification part of it was built after the invention of the cannons and artillery. So we have a star-shaped, or part of it is star-shaped. Not full star-shaped, but pointed fortification. Similar to the one we have at Liberty Island in New York City. Wow. Who's this? Jean Clissac. Le Conges Payes. I'm not sure what that means. Do let us know. We have 2 French viewers, a few others tuning in. Oh, it's located at the Museum International of Art in Nice. Cool. Love that he drew the faces. Wow. Very big faces on small little bodies. Wow. Way off to the distance, we can see the airport. It says Nobu. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Look at it. Let's see. Ah, Gikara says it means paid vacation. Oh, that's a funny name. Ah, so he's making kind of poking slight fun at the tourists from England and Russia. Chris says a nice place for a sunset. Oh, yes. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to wait a few hours on live video. No more walking, just sitting here waiting for the sunset. Le panorama qui se présente devant vous n'a pas toujours en la même aspect. Malgré l'apparente stabilité, les paysages se modifient en permanence. Okay. I knew exactly what that meant. Katrina says, watch your hat. Oh yeah, it's firmly pressed, deeply rooted into my skull. So yes. Oh, Gikara says it might have been a reference to the first paid workers in France who, when they took vacation in France, they decided to come here to Nice. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we was relating the same thing. Paid vacations for the French were introduced after World War II. So that's why a lot of French people end up coming here to the south of France. Yep. Basically, the entire city of Lyon is here. If you ever wonder why Lyon was empty 2 weeks ago, oh, it's because they're all here. They're all at the beach right now. All these guys, they're all Lyonnese, Parisians, Bretons. Amir says, what about the food? Great food, great produce, and cheeses available here, and fruit. Great produce. I think Nice is one of those places where you might want to rent out Airbnb, stay here for a week or two, and actually cook at home. So the produce here is exceptional. Also great wine too. I tried multiple cups of rosé on the food tour, and wow, they were really delicious. People don't know what rosé is. Pink wine, basically. Terry says, I'm looking for sharks. I don't think sharks venture into the Mediterranean. Do let us know. I don't think they're here. Wendy says, where's Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt, I think, is further down the coast. We'll hang out with him later. He invited me over, but I told him he gotta wait just a few more days. I'm still in Nice. He's still doing bullet train press as well, so once our schedules align, we'll do a live video at Brad Pitt's vineyard. Don't worry. Wendy says, cool, I'm waiting. Is this beach always busy? The Psuts are probably August is probably time for the beaches here because it is Neobu and a few other French urbanists Gikara I just mentioned. There are French vacationers and also British, American. It's a bit complicated now, but before Russians, so they would come here and vacation. But I've heard that it's also busy in the winter time. This is a place where people do come in the winter, unlike the Greek islands, which are desolate during the winter, apparently. This is a place where it's popular in the winter. It's like Florida, or it's like Puerto Rico. But of course, Florida and Puerto Rico are warmer. Here it's still mildly winter. Jota says, do I have a wide lens put on? Yes. And this is 1x right now. And this is 2x. Don Giovanni says, I was there in November and it was busy, yeah. Neobu says, Johnny Depp didn't invite you? I think he'll be coming over to Brad Pitt's for that dinner we're all having. I told Johnny that we'll have some mega pints available in the dinner. I think he's down. I volunteered Brad's wine. I hope he doesn't mind. I hope he has enough for a few mega pints. Savior says, is Nice more expensive? You have to budget more money for Nice. Airbnb is costing me about the same as in Chamonix or in Lyon. So I found a very good deal. Stay tuned. I'll show you the place I'm staying at. But food, if you want to eat out, it will be more expensive. This is more expensive than Lyon. A bit more expensive than Chamonix, eating out. There is fast food too, though, so I think you'll find fast food here. Neptunus said, yeah, the Russians are currently MIA, yeah, due to the entire war that's happening. They won't be here. Tina says it's expensive like Cannes. I haven't been to Cannes yet, so I don't know how to compare, but yeah, I would assume they're around the same price. I assume Saint-Tropez for the Downs is more expensive though. Maybe Nobu can let us know. Which beach is the French beach for nudists? So the Côte d'Azur has a few where you probably see more people. I think in general, people are very liberal. So you might have to prepare yourself, or if you're with family, you have to prepare your family, have a good talk with your kids. Because yes, you might see someone topless at any moment. But there might be a few beaches where it's a bit more prevalent. Let me know which those are. Neobu says, yeah, the French Riviera is expensive for eating out, yeah. Yeah, I think eating out is a bit expensive. That's why I won't be really partaking in eating out. But I did go to a trattoria. Let me know how I pronounce it. Trattoria, I think it's pronounced. And that's, I would recommend it. And there's trattorias of ethnic foods. I tried one that was Lebanese. And they basically make pre-made meals that you can cook. You can heat up later at home. As an American, I was a bit wary because I thought to myself, oh, this is a pre-made meal. This is kind of like eating a frozen dinner from a supermarket. But no, some trattorias are making great, excellent food. It's not frozen. It's just refrigerated. And oh my, I've had a great one yesterday. So if you want to eat on a budget, boulangeries made for lunch or breakfast, because those are pastry shops and they have sandwiches. And then later in the evening, you can go to a trattoria and try some amazing pre-made meals that some places are going to be very fresh. Other places, not the best, but some places are going to be really good. And you're going to spend a fraction of the price of eating out. So Gikara says there are many nudist beaches in the south of France. Toplessness is not related to nudist. and can be done most of the normal beaches. There are more nudists in Germany and the Netherlands than France. Oh, interesting. Mika, thank you so much for tuning in. Nibu says, oh, topless is usually okay, not nudist. Okay, yes, let's clarify. Thank you, Nibu, for saying that. So it's topless, but not nudist. Thank you. So nudist would be top and bottom off. Nudist. Topless is just the top off. Not top up like you would with your cell phone plan, but top off. Or maybe you can top up while topping off. So you'll have good cell phone service while you're bare-breasted. Seems like a good combination. Chris says Speedos might be more shocking. Salvador says the stream quality is great. Oh yeah, great cell phone reception here in France.
Once there was like a fair and it had like...
Compared to England, oh, this is amazing. I can live stream so many places. In England, I could barely live stream from Buckingham Palace with the Queen. So here, I can go anywhere. Cascade. I have to go up for the cascade. No, I think here. Tina says, have you been to Normandy? Briefly, I went to Mont Saint-Michel. So I'm not sure if the cascade is gonna be here or up there. So let's see. Chris says going topless is about shocking for 2 minutes and that's just normal. Yeah, I can imagine. This way. Tim says, did you buy a SIM card in Europe? Yep, I've bought a SIM card in every country. I have a second phone with a SIM card here in France, but I'm actually, for my main phone, I'm still using my Netherlands SIM card because they have unlimited data everywhere in the EU, about €15 per week, which is expensive, but the cell phone reception that they use for France is a company called SFR, which isn't really possible to buy a cheap unlimited data plan SIM card from them. So that's the only way I can really use a limited plan from SFR. So it's a really good blessing. And that means I can easily go to another country and not worry about using a different SIM card. So if I wanted to spontaneously go to Italy, I could, or Switzerland, or go down to Malta, or into the mountains or Sardinia, and easily still go live. So tomorrow you might see me in the mountains of Sardinia, out of nowhere. Still be live. Mikata says SFR is great. You should also take a look at Orange. Oh, thank you. Sometimes those services don't have good prepaid plans. Wendy says, are you breathless? No. I do need water though. I'm parched. I hear the cascade, so that might be a good source of water. Hopefully no kids peed in it. That would be unfortunate. Tim says, so you carry 2 unlocked films in Europe? Yeah, I do. Yeah, Tim. Yeah. Both iPhones. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. Oh, looks like rain clouds above. Oh my god, the little train passes up here. What? You mean I can see the cascade without all this walking? Are you telling me I just spend all this time walking up and I could have just sat down and let a little train do all the work for me? How dare you, Nice? How dare you? Teacup says hindsight's 2020. Yes. Tim says it's good. I'm walking the Camino de Santiago. Yeah, Spain is also pretty tough to buy a limited SIM card. So yeah, I would recommend to make it a stop in the Netherlands. And you buy a SIM card there. Spain is probably the toughest to buy a SIM card. You gotta go to some rickety, really sus, that's a slang term for suspicious, little tech store in the back streets of Spain. Buy a SIM card. God knows how much they'll charge you. They're supposed to only charge you about €5, but they might charge you more. Then call the company. It's an entire ordeal. They make it so difficult. You got to show them your passport. I don't like that. I don't like showing my passport for the SIM card. Neptune Sir says, why did Italy hand over Nice to France? Is it by war? No, France in essence helped Italy to unite. Italy was a bunch of different kingdoms for a long while, and then France helped Italy unite, the unification of Italy. The unification of Italy caused a bunch of positive and negative things. That's why one of the reasons is we had a lot of Italian immigrants to America. How do I get up there? Oh, there it is. Katrina says, do you have to go all the way down? There is an elevator down, which is nice. So if anyone can find the full story, do let us know. But yeah, that was the basic gist. France helped Italy. One of the conditions was that France would keep this part of Nice. Diaz says, it amazes me that there's way more to France than just Paris. Yeah. Savior says, I want to see Sicily next. Sicily's tough. That would be a bit more intimidating to live stream. So you just mentioned Sicily. Sicily would be more intimidating to live stream. One of my most interesting memories of visiting Sicily was back in 2018, around there. I visited Sicily and went with a friend, and that friend knew one local, and that local had his friend with him. So we were with two locals, and these guys were just normal Sicilians. And we went to one of the town squares, and one of the locals told me in a kind of a whispered tone, he was like, "Hey man, just be sure not to look anyone too directly in the eye." And you know, when people say that, I generally think they're joking around. It's a common joke in movies in the US. People sometimes say that in the US kind of as a joke. So I thought he was joking around. And then we're walking through the square, and it's a lot of these guys, and Sicilians are not really that tall. So I'm way taller than the average Sicilian, the majority of them. And it's a lot of these guys in motorcycle gear with their motorcycles, with their girlfriends. And as I'm walking through, they're all looking at me very mean. And I see them holding their girlfriends tight. And I'm like, and that's when I knew what he meant by don't look them too straight in the eye. So there's a very macho culture in Sicily. This is a different culture, but doesn't seem one as easy to live stream as it is in other parts of Europe, other parts of Italy, that's for sure. Here it is, look at this. It is. Well, so I had a happy ending. No, yeah, I didn't have any issues in Sicily. It was, it's not the most calming place to visit as a guy. There's a nice mist from the waterfall. Very, very calming. Wow. Terry says, I love the energy of water. Yeah. Janice says, nice hat. Thank you so much, Janice. Susie says, can you feel the mist? Yeah, it's nice and cool. Rhonda says we could use a nice waterfall here in Florida. It's hot, hot, hot. Hey Rhonda, hope you're staying cool. Class says, this is making me sleepy. with the ASMR. So today we are listening to a waterfall here in Nice, France. Looking very calm as you look at the waterfall. Nice soothing sounds, making you feel very, very relaxed. All your problems are melting away. You're sinking deeper and deeper into a state of eternal bliss. We're streaming a stream on the live stream. Swanky Dog with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Swanky Dog. So it's very refreshing. I'm glad we're refreshed by this waterfall. Thank you so much, Swanky Dog. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get up to the top of this. Tim says, are these megalithic stones around? No. There has been remains. There's a cave where they found nearby here in Nice that has remains, I think, 150,000 years old? Or 15,000? I forgot the exact date. It was a lot. It was multiple tens of thousands, if not more, years old. That has a very, very ancient cave. Prehistoric cave, that is. Nibu says, if you keep climbing, you have the other... Let's go for our final stop on this tour to see views of... Will we see Monaco from here? Maybe. Guadalupe says, thank you for showcasing Mother Nature's glory. Do you get the French Riviera pass? Says April. No, I did not. Unfortunately, since I'm doing live videos, especially when I do live videos, I really don't have too much time to do too many museums. So generally passes are only worth it if you intend on visiting more than 2 or 3 museums a day or go to a few attractions. So they were worth it in Chamonix. But for me at the moment, not so much. Maybe when it's Monday, Tuesday. Oh, here's the little train. We can take it back down. That's kind of cool. That's awesome. It's cool with the train. Here we were starting to see the other side. Oh, cool. Wow. So much more to see when you join as a patron, says Rhonda. Yes. There's gonna be, you get full access to the ice cave soon. That's cool. So fret not, you can potentially take the train back down if you need to. Or I mean not the train, but the trolley. Looks like a train. As you can see, Nice is big urban area. NW says, I'm just wanted to say I'm loving your work. Thank you, NW. I'm literally putting my sweat into this. A lot of people, luckily not blood, but and tears on occasion, but I'm literally putting my sweat into this. So Thank you so much. You know, usually people use that as a metaphor, but no, in this case, it's quite literal. A little cafeteria here. Nice place to get water, a coffee, a gallon of ice cream. Don Giovanni says they look like Genoa houses. Interesting. Genoa. Wow. Oh my god, the ancient Romans. I think they're making this look like ancient Roman because it says 1848. The tombstone says tears for that bird in Denmark. It was Stockholm, but yes. Yes, indeed. Some tears have went into it. Luckily, no blood. Stephanie says, what's your favorite? Well, we're close to Italy, so it'll be pistacchio. All right, let me show you the views. Hey, Nobu left a 20 euro super chat saying, thanks for showing my hometown. My pleasure, Nobu. I'm so happy you're enjoying the views of your hometown from the point of view of a tourist. And thank you so much for your recommendations. Soka today on the food tour I went to, so maybe I'll show you some soka at some point. But thank you so much for the recommendation and for the super chat. And then Tombster says, I have an obvious unconscious bias towards the ancient Roman world and the church. It's not unconscious, it's fully conscious. I'm 100% aware. Ancient Rome. I'll take ancient Rome over the Vikings any day. Any day. Vikings are cool, but any day, ancient Rome. Ancient Rome over medieval times, any day. Oh, all right, let's commandeer one of these segways. Has anyone ever commandeered a Segway? Let me know. Renee says Celts. Celts over the ancient Romans over the Celts any day. Sorry, too soon? Yeah, it might be too soon. Celts, rest in peace. You guys fought hard. You fought hard, but unfortunately Caesar committed a gigantic, massive genocide. But you guys fought hard, yeah. Oof. Too soon, yeah, too soon. It's no more jokes about Celts versus... Tina, that's it. I'm moving here. I don't blame you, Tina. I do not blame you. Look at the clouds. No wonder this inspired artists like Chagall, Matisse, Picasso, Van Gogh when it was nearby in Provence. Oh, is this one of these Roman trees? is that? Susie asked, are Segways banned in New York? Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're allowed in New York. I've never seen a Segway tour. Scooters are banned in New York. What? Not you owning your own, but renting. It's a bit of a shame. Sam Bloops says, what camera are you streaming with? A potato. A very high quality potato. Sam Bloops, I'm using an iPhone 13 Pro to the very max extreme. 512 gigabytes. So I have nearly half. No, I don't. I have a terabyte iPhone 13 Pro Max. Renee says the Etruscans got a bad rap. The ancient Romans became the ancient Romans because they took over the Etruscans. Ron says I'm using the iPotato. So we saw the tower earlier, so we walked from, oh wow, we walked from over there. You see this green line right there. That green line is the park we started from. Walked through the park down here, wiggled away. We saw this tower, wiggled down here, swiveled this way, wormed our way into the hat store, finagled out of there, stumbled upon the beach, strutted down the promenade, up the mountain over here, the hill, not so much a mountain, trekked up the mountain, trudged through the trees, phased into the mist of the waterfall, and finally we have summited the hill of Nice. Frank, thank you so much for the €5 chat. $5 super chat. Where in France or in Europe would you recommend for a large family vacation? Not Denmark. That's so expensive. Denmark would be awesome if you have the budget. Then Denmark would be really cool because it's Tivoli Gardens. But in France, you know, Nice, if you don't intend on eating out, Nice could be affordable. Airbnbs here, you'll find out where I'm staying towards the end of my trip. Stay tuned for that video. But yeah, you can get a big Airbnb for a good price. You'll find you can buy food at the market, make sandwiches, and you can save money there. And Nice, I think, would be a great place. You could day trip. The trains are probably not too expensive, so Nice would be a good bet. Lyon is better if you're really into food. Yeah, if you're super into food, if you're hanging out with a friend or your significant other is also really into food, then Lyon is a good bet, but not with family. I would not recommend it. Chamonix is a bit too expensive. But if you have the budget, I mean, your kids might be blown away by Chamonix. If they're older than, say, 6 years old, I think they will. 8 years old, I think, is where it's reasonable to take them up the mountain. They would be blown away. I think that would be super memorable for a kid. So yeah, I would say Nice, probably the best bet. Paris and Nice, best places in France. In Europe, Copenhagen if you can afford it, because Tivoli Gardens is probably one of the coolest places I would think for any kid to visit. Laura Lee says, I would recommend crossing the border over to Italy in the Mediterranean. There's little towns like Ventimiglia, which have amazing gardens, beaches, and much more affordable. Yeah, Italy's much more affordable in terms of eating out and staying, yeah. Wendy says, see you later now. I'm going to have a cup of wine. Wendy, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. So Frank, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. I would say super affordable. One more recommendation for super affordability. Probably be Italy. Rome. Going to too many museums might bore your kids, but there's a few museums and cathedrals in Rome that I think will stick with your kids for a lifetime. And Rome is pretty affordable, especially food-wise. Lodging-wise, if you don't stay right in the middle of the city center, you can save money on lodging, and it's amazing. It's quite memorable. Wow. All right, everyone, I'll bid you adieu over here in Nice. I hope you enjoyed it. These were the views of Nice. We started at the old town. We saw some of the old town, went up the hill. Cue that song, Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush, great song. And we came up here and saw these views. There's a way to get down the hill without walking, trekking down, and that is by taking the small little train or the elevator, which I think is a few steps away. Maybe, I'm not sure where the elevator is, somewhere around here. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more of this beautiful area of France tomorrow and next week. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Also put on your notifications and become a patron. Patreon.com/urbanist. These live videos are possible, especially the variety of things I can show you, the different museums and attractions and public transportation modes, ferry rides, boat trips, etc. I can show you because of the patrons. Patreon.com/urbanist. Plus you get bonus content such as 360 videos of Mont Blanc, 3 different ones you'll get of the Mont Blanc region in these upcoming weeks. Patreon.com/urbanist. Keep being awesome. Always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Au revoir, mes amis. A bientôt. Tout le monde.